Seattle's contribution to popular music is undisputed. You know the names, from Hendrix to Hart, Pearl Jam, Macklemore, and many, many more in between. In this series, we're going to examine Seattle's music community, in depth with unique performances, with interviews, and much, much more. We're also going to find out what makes Seattle, Seattle, and what makes this city on the shores of the Puget Sound one of the best places on the planet for music. Welcome to Sounds by the Sound.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to another episode of Sounds by the Sound. My name is Andy Harms, and we are on the Seattle Monorail, which links the Westlake Center with the Seattle Center. It was built in the 60s as more of a symbol of Seattle's forward progress and forward movement. And that's what we're doing in this episode. We're looking at the forward progress and the forward movement of Seattle's music community. Now, Seattle's been largely known as a rock town for good reason. Some of the biggest rock bands on the planet are from here, but this music community has always been much more than just rock bands, and that couldn't be more evident in 2016. Alan Stone's a great example. Alan Stone is one of the best soul singers on the planet. He's from Seattle. He released a new record last summer. We're going to talk to Alan about that, about signing to a major label. Plus, we're going to have Alan perform here on the monorail, which should be interesting, absolutely. And then we're going to head down to the Museum of Flight, just south of Seattle, and introduce you to Saul, a guy that is in his early 20s, but has been making hip-hop here in Seattle for almost a decade. He's a super talented kid. His last record went to #1 on the iTunes hip-hop chart when he released it, and his new album comes out this year. We'll have him do a couple of new songs at the Museum of Flight. But first, let's do a performance from Alan Stone, we're gonna have Alan Stone perform as much as he wants. He is that good. Live from the monorail, it Sounds by the Sound. just saw him perform live on the monorail, and I'm not saying this just because he's here. The only thing sweeter than his voice is his personality.
Oh, sweet.
It's Alan Stone, absolutely. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, man.
On your list of places that you have performed that are super weird, where does the Seattle Monorail rank?
Well, it's up there for sure. It's at least top 10.
Sure.
But I've played a lot of weird shows, man.
I believe it. I believe it. You're a hardworking guy.
I try, yeah.
You grew up in a very small town in Washington. At what point did you decide to move to Seattle, and why did you move to Seattle?
Seattle's a good city for launching artistry, and there's also a really good community of musicians in Seattle that can throw you on their shoulders and just really help you find who you are as an artist, figure out how to make money doing music, because it's a very ever-evolving industry. So yeah, Seattle was kind of that little island of hope for me, I think, growing up in a small town.
Was there a newspaper, or was there a blog, or was there a radio station that was instrumental in kind of helping you at key moments in your career?
KXP was enormous in the promotion of my record, my last record, and this record as well.
What inspires you about the Pacific Northwest, about these surroundings?
I was just home, you know, like when you feel centered and you're in a place of comfort. I think you're more apt to be honest about what you want to say. Usually when I'm home, I write songs with a little bit more spine. Whereas if I'm on the road, it's like I just miss home songs, kind of. You know? Sure.
Anybody that you listen to that served as inspiration from the Pacific Northwest?
Presidents of the United States of America.
Great band.
Got into when I was really young.
Sure, yeah.
There's Seattle Cats. I have some favorites from Seattle. Shabazz Palaces, I like what they do a lot. I always feel that Seattle musicians try to flip everything.
I agree, 100%.
And be the exact opposite, you know, being like a long-haired white kid from the country.
Sure.
There's not a whole ton of opportunity in the R&B and the soul realm for that. I felt like Seattle maybe would be a place that would welcome that.
Celebrate tonight. There's reason to feel right.
Let's talk more about Radius, this record. You are such a nice guy, such a kind human being. This was a record that was a little bit darker for you, about some darker topics and stuff. Was it difficult to write those types of songs?
I mean, anytime you get vulnerable openly to people that you don't know, it can be difficult. Music has always been therapy for me. Being honest with emotions that I deal with every day, I think it can be very positive for people going through those same things. And so getting dark and dealing with dark topics, but releasing at the same time.
You signed to a major record label. You did so much work on your own, releasing records, working on your career. Do you feel like living in Seattle and working within this music community and infrastructure allowed you to do so much of that work on your own?
I met so many people in Seattle that encouraged me to try and do it on my own. To try to do it without the big label or big money. To do it slow and steady. I think I probably would have panicked and given up on the music thing a long time ago if it wasn't for people behind the scenes kind of encouraging me to keep at it. There is for sure a community in Seattle.
Do you have a favorite venue in Seattle?
I would say that the Crocodile is probably my favorite venue.
Okay.
I've got close friends who work there, played some of my first shows there. But there's also the Showbox at the market, New Mode. I mean, there's so many good venues here.
Yeah, a lot of good places to see shows. Alan, congratulations on the record.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us on the monorail. It is Alan Stone, and you're watching Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. Right now we're going to introduce you to Saul, a hip-hop artist that in many ways got his start at the EMP Sound-Off competition here in Seattle. His last record went to #1 on the iTunes hip-hop chart, and his new record is out this year. Let's see a live song from that record from the Museum of Flight. Here's Sounds by the Sound.
I got that Fuji La Litter, that killer. Roll big L's uptown, go figure. Up with the Zilla, 9-1 Rilla. Mention my name, you better pay my lawyer. Got a Babble on my best thing, and condoms in my left hand. I just wanna party with my kinfolk and kick it with an info. I pray the preacher save my soul. I hate it when they hate on low, but love me when they play my shows. Whoa. They just wanna take my role. They wish they could say they was salt. I don't give a light skin, have patient. Damn, if you understand what it mean to be me. Mama tell me they won't see you, they just seeing what they wanna see. I'm exactly where they wanna be. I pray that they don't go blind, trying to up with my shine. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's a sign of the times, I guess my shit's about to flow. Whoa, and it goes, yeah, 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 yeah. Hold up. What's 100,000 followers if you never been a leader? You ain't talking, you just tweeting, you just DM, host. I love these rappers like my brothers, that's 100 forever. I send them positive vibes, I think they need it most. But if you wanna get the fame, I guess they need to know when you do your thing, people throwing stones. I got none but love and ain't afraid to show it. I'm still doing them favors, they ain't even know it. I know, you just keep saying I won't. I'm thinking that you're praying I don't. I might write 100 songs right now. I got a lot of thoughts right now. I think they just wanna end me, but they are not my enemies. I got friends that I call family, and family that can't stand me never pick up the phone.
Yo, it's Charles. Still in New York, I'm just calling to let you know that I'll be in the Northwest. Go ahead and give me a link. Seattle, not too
One
far.
time, I pray that they don't go blind, trying to fuck with my shine. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's a sign of the times, I guess my shit's about to flow. Oh, and it goes, yeah, 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 and it goes,
Hip-hop has been a large part of the Seattle music community for as long as everyone can remember, but has been especially healthy in the last couple of years. And one of the reasons for that is this guy right here. His name is Saul. Thank you for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Give us some background on your time and history in the Pacific Northwest. Have you been here your whole life?
Yeah, I grew up in North Seattle, started making music when I was 10 years old, and I've been performing in a part of the hip-hop community for most of my life. Just growing up around my cousins and everything, hip-hop was the culture that I grew up in, so it just became natural, you know, rather than to become a traditional poet, I became an MC.
Y'all ready? She keep me coming, she keep me coming.
Was there any specific artist in the Pacific Northwest, in the hip-hop community, or any other music genre, I guess, that you gravitated towards or were inspired by?
I would say that everyone from my generation was definitely inspired by the Blue Scholars. They were really the first people to put it together and start to build a fan base within this generation. So they set the foundation for people like Macklemore, or people like myself, or people who are, you know, starting to come out now. They really were the first people to really start filling up rooms and building the concept of Seattle hip hop. And now there's a whole fan base and different subgenres within Seattle hip hop.
It's obvious your base is in Seattle. Most people know about your music in Seattle, but the word has certainly gotten out. Your last record went to #1 on the iTunes Hip Hop
chart?
chart?
My last full-length record went to #1 on iTunes Hip Hop.
How's that happen?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, zero money in marketing, no manager, no PR. It was really just my fans and my connection with my fans. My fans are, you know, pretty dope.
It's a testament to you. It's a testament to your hard work. And it's a testament to your music and the community here.
You got me feeling so high. Yeah. I could all night.
You posted on the 1st of January that exciting things were coming in 2016. We
Yeah.
assume that means new music. How far along are you with new music?
We're almost done mixing,
Uh-huh.
and then as soon as the record is done mixing, we're gonna get ready to put it out into the world. It's gonna be the next full-length album.
Awesome.
And then when that comes out, everything that comes with that, I'm doing my first headlining national tour.
Very cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of things happening. I'm hoping to get to Europe this year.
Cool.
You know, yeah, it's gonna be a big year.
Dude, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for talking. Saul on Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. We weren't kidding when we said Alan Stone's one of the best soul singers on the planet. Here's another live performance from the Monorail. It worked the first time, should work this time. It's Sounds by the Sound.
She paints up that face to make sure those blemishes
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Sounds by the Sound. Special thank you to Alan Stone and everyone at the Monorail for letting us hang out. Here's one more performance from Saul from the Museum of Flight, which is right south of Seattle. Thanks again for watching Sounds by the Sound.
You got me feeling so high. I could all night, and I ain't gonna stop. Nah, I ain't gonna stop. So the moon was high, the music was live. I was holding on your booty, looking you in the eye. You said, do you wanna ride? I said, do I wanna fly? Hell yeah, I've been dreaming about the sky my whole life, with the girl on my arm and the blunt on my lip. Bumping my music up in heaven and they loving my shit. Biggie packing the fifth, me and Bob on a split. I could die the day I know that Dylan's bobbing his head. So I work all night and I work so hard. I might lose my mind, but I ain't gonna stop. I'm on a world tour with my Zillas the band, and we ain't gonna stop till we chillin' in France. Different crates in the pan, Perrier in my hand, couple ladies in my bag in the lay of the land. Say you don't know what you got till it's gone, and we gon' rock and get lost in the moment. It gets hard, but we ain't gonna stop, cause we got to keep going.